Yo, yeah, October 12th, 2021. Halfcast 157, episode 157. Let's go, people. Happy Tuesday to everyone. I hope your day went well. Of course, I have a few things to share with you guys. An evening of reflection. Dope. Let's have at it. Retail theft on a massive scale. Father-daughter duo sentenced in multi-million-dollar shoplifting scheme. Isn't that how you raise your kids, right, people? Teach them the value of a dollar, one felony at a time. Call it, yeah, this is how you earn that Christmas gift. Now play lookout for old dad. Call it a 5 million finger discount. Who wrote this shit? A father-daughter duo from Atlanta, ATL, had been sentenced to more than 5 years in prison for deploying an army of professional shoplifters to steal millions of dollars of merchandise from retailers such as CVS and Target, and then selling the goods online. That's a legitimate business. That is really. Robert Whitley, 70, and his daughter Noni Whitley, 47. See, it was more cute when I figured it was just a 40-some dad teaching got the 18-year-old kid that just wants everything and doesn't know where and doesn't loves to see everything bought but doesn't want to know where the money comes from. Were accused of running the scheme for nearly a decade. What do I say every day? People, you get greedy, you get sloppy, you get caught. Were accused of running the scheme for nearly a decade and organizing the theft of $6.1 million worth of merchandise before being busted in 2019. The pair pleaded guilty in April to interstate transportation of stolen property. I think that's like federal. When you start crossing state lines, I think that's when it becomes federal. Prosecutors at the time described the Whitley's operation as a well-organized criminal enterprise disguised as an apparently legitimate small business. This is retail theft on a massive scale. I love how after they get caught, they act like the people were just like geniuses who thought it up when you just you didn't catch it. They didn't outthink you. You just didn't find it soon enough, said Kurt Erskine, the acting U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Georgia. Robert Whitley was sentenced to 5 years and 10 months in prison, and Noni Whitley was sentenced to 5 years. They were also ordered to pay $4.35 million in restitution. That's where they hit you, man. God. Robert and Noni Whitley were operated a well-organized criminal enterprise disguised as an apparently legitimate small business. Kurt Erskine, acting U.S. attorney for the Northern District of Georgia. Messages left with attorneys for the Whitleys weren't immediately returned. They're trying to figure out how the hell they're going to pay back $4.35 million because those curlers and that lotion and all the items that you sold, you can't quite recoup it for $4.35 million. The shoplifters would steal the products from big retail chains, including CVS, Walgreens, Target, Kroger, and Publix, and return the garbage bags full with boosted items to an Atlanta. Publix did not respond immediately for comment. And of course, when all you have at any given time is one cashier and one manager at any given time, and you got like a line outside the door with customers, somehow you just don't have time to figure out that somebody's running a multi-million operation off of your inventory. How about that? Isn't it funny how things work? The Whitleys would then remove all price tags and anti-theft devices from the stolen goods and sell them at steeply discounted prices through third-party e-commerce platforms, including Amazon Marketplace, Walmart Marketplace, Sears Marketplace, as well as their own websites, Closeout Express, and Essentials Daily Discount. This is sweet. And please don't scam anybody, anyone. You didn't. An e-commerce bonanza from 2011 through 2018. Prosecutors say the Whitley sold 140,000 items through their account on Amazon Marketplace, taking in $3.4 million. On Walmart Marketplace, the pair made 29,000 sales between 2017 and 2019 for $750,000. And on Sears, which I learned something because Sears might be dead on the East Coast, but they're alive and well in other parts of the country. Yeah, shocked me that they made 1,800 sales for around $50,000. Messages left with representatives for Amazon, Walmart, and Sears weren't immediately returned. Yeah. How did we let this slip through our fingers? Yeah, because your cashier was sweeping, was mopping the floor, running the register, and playing security guard while you were in the back, re-upping your OnlyFans and watching the nobody was there. In court filings, Robert Whitley's attorney said his client was a U.S. Marine Corps veteran who had a long time heroin addiction and had spent years working with other addicts to find sobriety. While Whitley didn't deny dealing in stolen goods, his primary aim was to help other people with heroin addiction by helping them make money so they could buy more heroin. Wait, is that how that works? A problem which many of the shoplifters he dealt with had. Noni Whitley's attorney argued in court filings that his client had a difficult upbringing due to both her parents' drug addictions, but had maintained blind loyalty to her father. That's sweet, which led her to work alongside him in a criminal enterprise. Whoa, that and free gear, and free shit. Well, you kind of you don't think that wasn't probably the point too, to get free stuff? Next up, I have a new soundboard coming to me very, very soon, and I'm excited. Facebook permanently banned a developer after he made an app to let users delete their news feed. I don't see what's wrong with this. I don't see why they would ban a developer for that. And because I can only speak from my Facebook page, is I see Facebook posts from 2-3 days ago that like the chronological order is just all out of whack. And maybe if you get an app that can wipe it clean so it can start, I don't know, maybe jumpstart it, or just the fact that you might want to wipe your timeline clean when everybody's posting the same thing over and over again. You see the same conversation for 3-4 days straight. That will, honestly, Facebook, you need to get on the ball with that, because that makes people it makes me not even want to log on sometimes, because I'm looking at the same conversation from like, oh, God knows when. The developer Louis Barclay made a tool called Unfollow Everything. I think I've heard of this. For Facebook users, the extension removed Facebook users' news feed by mass unfollowing friends and pages. Hey, I'm pretty sure we felt like that. You know what? I'm all for this app, because if one more person friend me because they changed their name, they don't even change the name, they changed the account. Like every 30 days, the same person is requesting to follow me from a different page. And it just makes me think, like, who are you running from? Who's watching you that now you got me involved? Because every time you get back on, you want to, you think I might be trying to sell CVS merch in your retail scam. No. By mass unfollowing friends and pages, Barclay says he got a cease and desist letter from Facebook in July and was kicked off his platform. And that is my alarm going off while I'm well into the podcast. Yeah. And sorry. Barkley says he got a cease and desist letter from Facebook in July and was kicked off his platform. A developer who designed a tool to let people essentially delete their Facebook news feeds. And when think about from Facebook, when you delete the news feeds, you delete the ads too, and you delete the algorithm that built up on your page to like kind of like know what your traffic, to know what kind of ads to push your traffic. It's really crafty. Now I mean, on both ends. Says he was served with a cease and desist letter and permanently kicked off the tech giant's platform. Who cares? Come on over to Twitter, Larry. That was his name, right? Yeah. Lewis, come on over to Twitter, Louis. Lewis Barclay, a developer in the UK, is the creator of a browser extension called Unfollow Everything. The extension lets users automatically unfollow all their friends and pages on Facebook, which I think would be cool because you don't have to delete your own, you don't have to delete your account. Like Facebook, what's wrong with you? Why you don't what scares you so much about that? Leaving their news feed blank, Barclay told Insider People, but your news feed isn't blank forever. You're just building you're building a page that you want. You know what I mean? Like it's like you're weeding out the garden and you're starting with the stuff with only the content that you would like to see. I would like it. I would use it. I would use it. I would have used it for my Instagram page back when it was going through its whore phase. Barclay published Unfollow Everything on the Google Chrome store in July 2020 and started attracting attention from researchers at the University of Neuchâtel in Switzerland, who wanted to study the impact of having no news feed on people's happiness on Facebook. I think it would make people very happy, at least until they could figure out who they want to bring back, who they don't want to. It makes your circle of people, it makes the circle of people that you actually want to hear from, it will make it even tighter. I would love this app. What's wrong with these people? He said Barclay published a redacted version of the letter online. Insider reviewed an unredacted version to verify its authenticity. Barclay, who published a Slate article on Thursday detailing his experience, told Insider he received the letter 5 hours after trying to log into his Facebook account and finding it was disabled. The letter from the law firm Perkins Coie told Barclay that Unfollow Everything broke Facebook rules. Pot calls the kettle black. It also said Facebook terms prohibited interfering with the intended operation of Facebook. What is the intended operation of Facebook? Is to just be bombarded? Is to not have the intended operation of Facebook apparently must be to have people being bombarded with content that they're not interested in or that they just would rather not see in the first place. That doesn't it's not smooth. It also said Facebook terms prohibited interfering with and encouraging others to break Facebook rules. First off, this is an optional. I know we signed like terms of agreement with Facebook and everything, but you don't own me, man. I could delete this account today and I probably won't be no richer or poorer. I won't be no happier. I won't be no sadder. Shit, I probably might get more things done. So, yeah, really? I was really scared and I was very anxious. Yeah, he probably would have sent the boys in blue to come and get you. Not the men in black, the boys in blue for Facebook. Facebook's letter took him by surprise. They said adding that Unfollow Everything had only 2,500 weekly active users and 10,000 downloads. It was growing. They didn't give it a chance. To grow. Next up. Remember they were talking about the intended whatever, like, yeah, you're deleting your page, your content. I mean, and that's against Facebook's policy or whatever. How about this? Facebook neglecting graphic content, forcing victims to relive tragedies, complaint says. Right? Facebook is neglecting graphic content on its platforms, forcing victims and their families to relive tragedies, a complaint filed by the family of a slain journalist. Said TV news reporter Allison Parker. Now you see how they sent this little guy a cease and desist letter because maybe that app that he had will help people. No, first, I don't want to see somebody getting killed on my page. I didn't line up. I want to see kittens. I don't want to see people getting killed. I don't want to see people getting jumped. Maybe I don't want to see people shaking their ass and I got my child in the background. We're watching stuff together on Facebook. Maybe I don't want to see that. Maybe I just want to wipe the slate clean and then let Facebook figure out what the proper algorithm is for stuff to show me. No, I mean, no. TV news reporter Allison Parker and cameraman Adam Ward were killed by a former co-worker while reporting for Roanoke, Virginia's WDBJ TV in 2015. Video footage of the shooting has repeatedly resurfaced on Facebook and Instagram, violating the company's own terms of service and hosting videos that glorify violence. Parker's father, Andy Parker, said Tuesday, "So you're picking on this guy for having an app that can get rid of this." And yet here you are, your back is against the wall for letting this happen. Man, Parker's family is asking the Federal Trade Commission to take action against Facebook for failing to remove the footage showing her death, despite assurances from top executives that it will be removed. A complaint against the company was being filed Tuesday by Andy Parker and attorneys with the Georgetown Law Civil Rights Clinic. The Associated Press reported. The reality is that Facebook and Instagram put the onus on victims and their families to do the policing of graphic content, requiring them to relive their worst moments over and over to curb the proliferation of these videos. Wow. The complaint says Facebook is engaging in deceptive trade practices by violating its own terms of service and misrepresenting the safety of the platform and how hard it is for users to get harmful and traumatic content removed. Facebook didn't immediately respond to a request for comment Tuesday, but you're pushing around the other guy for an app that can get rid of this shit. Like, yeah, Andy Parker said during a press conference, "Oh, I'm on Facebook today. I guess it's your turn, buddy." Watch my account be blocked or something, or it just be like mad ads about peanuts or something. I don't know. Andy Parker said during a press conference during announcing the FTC complaint that he also wants to see action from Congress, echoing some of the calls made last week by whistleblower and former Facebook employee Frances Haugen, who has accused the company of harming children, inciting political violence, and fueling misinformation. Allison's murder, shared on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, is just one of the egregious practices that are undermining the fabric of our society, he said. Parker said he agreed with Haugen on the need for Congress to impose new curbs on the long-standing legal protections for speech posted on social media platforms. Republican and Democratic lawmakers have called for stripping away some of the protections granted by a 25-year-old law in a provision known as Section 230 that shields internet companies from liability for what users post. If you see somebody like getting murdered, come on, that could quite possibly be evidence in a federal investigation, in any type of investigation. That should be scrubbed immediately. Man, but the whole problem with the whole term that when something goes viral is that one person sees it, one person turns into 10, 10 turns to 100, 100 turns to 10,000, 10,000 turns into 10 million. Just like that, it gets legs. Man, but hey, if you have these type of applications, then you should have fail safes in place to catch this shit and get rid of it and scrub it. Comment, subscribe, and comment. Let me know you rocking with your boy. Next up, 2/3 of NYC school buses have speeding, red light camera tickets, including thousands issued in school zones. And this made me holler because dead ass, your kid made it to school though, right? I mean, your kid wasn't late, was he? I mean, and yo, nowhere in this article, I skimmed ahead. Nowhere in this article does it say that any of those kids got hurt. None of that. And if you've ever been to New York, if you've ever been into New York in a car, because I have people listen to this from different parts of the country who never been in New York before. New York driving is a whole different experience. It's just different. If you can't drive, then you should not be in New York with a car. That's why they say that's the only city you could live in and don't need a car at all. Because if you can't drive, they will run you off the road. Yeah, so to drive a huge school bus with little kids' lives and get there without hurting anybody, I think I can. Yeah, that's a testament to the driver, and yeah, I think that's a damn good driver. The wheels on the bus go round and round. Okay, too fast for children's safety. I don't think. Hey, it's risky, but I don't see no kids getting hurt. Some New York, and you got to be really aggressive to drive in New York. I can't stress that enough. Some New York City school bus drivers have a need for speed, racking up a total of thousands of traffic tickets for recklessly operating the big yellow vehicles that carry roughly 150,000 school kids every day. Some 65% of the city's school buses have been issued at least one speeding or red light camera ticket since 2014. A Daily News investigation found those tickets were issued to 6,895 of the 10,497 buses registered in the city to transport school children. They got to get there, man. And if you're trying to turn onto the main street, say you're trying to turn onto like Broadway, if you don't, you got to push your way in. They're not going to let you on. They're not going to let you on. You got to force your way on. 86 school buses amassed 20 or more speeding or red light camera tickets during the period covered by the news's data analysis, which was assisted by Brian Howell, a street safety advocate who runs the website. It's unclear how many of the tickets were given to the buses with school children aboard. Wow, speed camera tickets are issued only to vehicles moving 10 miles per hour or more over the posted speed limit. The city's speed limit is 25 miles per hour unless posted otherwise in areas without posted speed limits. I mean, when you got like a street light every other block, how fast can you really go? A school bus will have to be traveling at 35 miles per hour or more to be ticketed. Parents across the city trust school bus drivers with their children every day. Yes, exactly. And we expect them to have a sterling safety record. Where's the accidents though? I don't see anything about accidents in this article. At least 9 people in the city have been killed in school bus accidents since Mayor de Blasio took office in 2014. Which accidents is going to happen? Doesn't necessarily have to be buses. If there were no such thing as school buses, you think there still wouldn't be 9 deaths in accidents? Yeah, school bus accidents. Okay. In February, a 6-year-old Brooklyn boy who just missed his bus closing doors died after the driver hit him at Hooper and South 5th Streets. And okay, well, that's messed up. But overall, we shouldn't lose any children. Let's get that out the way. But overall, like, yeah, a ticket for you're trying to get the kids to school in one piece and on time after the accident, the driver kept moving, apparently unaware he had hit the boy. It's a war zone, man. Yo, driving is crazy in New York. I gotta say it again and again and again. And in February 2020, a 10-year-old girl's death was blamed on the bus driver who struck her in a crosswalk at Boardman Ave and Crescent Street in East New York, Brooklyn. The driver was charged with failure to yield to a pedestrian and failure to exercise due care. Records the news obtained via a Freedom of Information Law request show that since January 2014, city school buses have piled up a combined 26,339 speed camera. Now, mind you, the speed camera hit when you're doing over 10 miles an hour over the speed limit or red light tickets. Yeah, wow. Overall, are they really doing that bad? I would like to hear from you guys. Comment below. Next up, how are we doing on time here? Oh, I feel good. Don't forget to turn on your notifications so you can catch this ride next time. Florida woman shoots former T-Mobile boss after he ruined her life by firing her. Okay, sweetheart. Let's start by saying this. It's just T-Mobile, baby. It's just T-Mobile. It's not like you lost Verizon. Verizon, you might have to, Verizon takes drastic measures. How did he ruin your life? It's T-Mobile. How did he ruin your life? Did he give you a phone plan? Did he give you a shitty phone plan and just give you Netflix for a year? And it ruined your credit? What was he taking? What was he charging your bill out of your paycheck every month and fucked your money up? A Florida woman is currently in police custody after entering a Florida T-Mobile location and shooting her former store manager at point blank range. On Monday, 27-year-old Rachel Boycett turned herself in at the Broward County Sheriff's Office. Did she call ahead and say that she was coming in, or did she not have no phone? Main office's main, I'm sorry. After shooting the manager, Boycett is currently facing charges of attempted homicide with a firearm, according to the Sun Sentinel. No information about bail was made public. On October 8th, Boycett went to the T-Mobile store to confront the store manager after she was fired in August. Boycett said that the firing ruined her life. It's just T-Mobile, baby. This job's all over the place, man. You go to Boost Mobile right across the street. Metro PCS is right across the street. Know what I mean? Like, yeah, you go to Cricket, they'll take you. Prior to the shooting, Boycett visited the location several times, which was captain, when she was staking it out. Yeah, even though the manager who she shot didn't assist in firing her from the cell phone store. So she just got to get somebody. The victim who was shot tried to call 911 several times throughout the day too. That T-Mobile service, they couldn't get through to 911. That's fucked up, man. Prior to the shooting, okay, let's be adults. Prior to the shooting, Boycett visited the location several times, which was captured on surveillance footage, according to local authorities. The victim who was shot tried to call 911 several times throughout the day to no avail. When Boycett arrived at the store for the final time, she approached the cash register, produced the gun, and shot the store manager, striking him in his left arm and chest. After the victim tried to flee, Boycett followed him into the back office room, then to a bathroom, and shot the bathroom door twice before the gun malfunctioned. After the gun was jammed, she was trying to catch a body. It was a good thing she didn't it's a good thing she didn't have her way. The victim was taken to Broward Health Medical Center and listed in critical condition. While talking to police from his bed, the victim said he knew Boycett for years and that they had a mutual friendship outside of work. Oh, that's what it is. Sleeping with your coworkers. We joke about it. We think it's sexy having a work wife, having a work husband. This is what it comes down to. She loses her job, you keep yours. Now all of a sudden you're the bad guy. Yeah. You were dating this girl that you work with, and she probably got fired and said, yo, my phone about to be off. Can you hook me up? No, I don't think we should talk to each other anymore. And she said she kept coming back to the job in the article, and he wasn't there. He was probably ducking her. Like, yo, is she there? Is Rachel there? Yo, man, Rachel keep coming up to the job, man. Just tell her it's over. Like, nah, man, she crazy, bro. Like, yo, nah, man, she crazy, bro. Yo, fun show. That being said, I'm gonna wrap it up even after this show, and I'll holla at y'all tomorrow. Adios.